Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Tesla pre-hiring event here brought to you by Workforce Solutions Rural Capital Area. My name is Carl Braun. I am the Manager of Business Services for the 9-county Rural Capital Area, and pleased to welcome you here to what promises to be a very enlightening and fun half an hour or so for you. So the folks over at Tesla are hiring for thousands of positions, right? And we have hundreds of people at each one of the 3 sessions that we're doing today. And so that means that all of you, if you click on the link at the end of the presentation, are going to have an opportunity to apply and compete for these roles. The one thing that we really want to do, because it is such a unique hiring process, we have Leslie Stearns, who is our talent development facilitator. She's going to go through some tips for you at the beginning to give you some ideas about how to put your best foot forward with Tesla and how to get that dream job. Because when we start going over the pay and the benefits and all that stuff at the end, I think you'll agree this really is a unique opportunity. A couple of things for you, a little bit of housekeeping. We do have an American Sign Language interpreter. Her name is Sonia. Some of you probably see her on the screen. If you need to see Sonia for this presentation, you can go to the upper right-hand corner of the video of you and click on video of Sonia rather, and click on pin. That'll bring her to the top of the screen always. Or you can click on that down arrow, make sure you're in gallery view, which is the 9 little squares at the top. Click on gallery view and then find Sonia, and you'll see her do the presentation for us. We've had a ASL interpreter, as we always do, for each of our sessions today. So why don't we get into it? We're going to talk first about rural capital areas, some of the things that we have going on for you. Many things you probably didn't know, weren't aware of. And then Rachel Genzer's going to be, actually, we'll be talking to Julie from childcare. And then we'll get Leslie talking to you about interviewing tips. And then Rachel's going to bring it up and talk to you specifically about the opportunities at Tesla. We're going to show a 8-minute video as well of a look inside the Gigafactory. And so let's get moving on here. Workforce Solutions is one of 28 boards. The rural capital area is one of 28 boards in the state of Texas. Every state has a Workforce Solutions system. Ours in the state of Texas is 28 different workforce development areas across the state. We're one of the largest. We're the 9 counties that surround capital area, which is Austin. And we have about 17,000 businesses that we serve in those 9 counties, from very rural locations in Llano and Fayette and Lee counties to much more urbanized locations in Williams and in Hayes County as well. We participate in a wide variety of activities across the area. Everything that we do is focused in on 2 things. It's focusing in on helping employers get grants and provide them with opportunities to improve their businesses and develop their businesses further using resources, free resources provided by the state of Texas. And it's our second role, and perhaps most important role, is to connect businesses with willing candidates and potential employees for their companies. And so we have a wide variety of resources that we offer. From the employer perspective, we can do labor market information for employers. We can set up apprenticeship programs for them. We do virtual job fairs, which we'll talk about in just a little bit. We can talk about career lattices versus career ladders. A lattice is where the system is set up internally in a company where people can grow by moving across lines instead of having to go straight up the ladder to get to the top, to get your boss's job, essentially. And we teach companies how to set that up. Kalahari is a great example of a wonderfully working lattice system over at their company. We talk about workplace safety, wages and hours, and so on. All of this focused in on employers. And then the other half of the equation, of course, is you, the job seeker. And we have self-assessment tools. We have career and benefits exploration. We can do on-the-job training programs for you to get you additional experience in a certain area, or we can do work experience to get you that first job experience with a company. There's just so many things. Our interactive workshops, everything that we have is set up to help you get a job, and Leslie will be talking to you more about that. 2 things that I'd like to highlight in our offices, in our 9 offices that we have in the counties, is we have veteran services available with veterans preference. And we do also have, for example, in the Round Rock facility, we have 17 vocational rehab counselors that work with people with disabilities and help them get accessibility resources as well as training and so on. And so if you haven't been to a Workforce Solutions office, look us up, come on out and visit with us. You'll have your own personal talent development specialist that'll work with you to help you get to where you want to go. One of the coolest parts of what we do is our early learning and childcare. And I'm going to turn it now on over to Julie Rivera. And Julie, you are going to talk about childcare services. Go ahead.
Hi, everyone. I'm Julie with Workforce Solutions Childcare Services Program. Our program supports Texas families, employers, and communities by working to provide high-quality childcare to our children and provide resources and scholarships for our families. Our program works directly with childcare centers by helping them become accredited through the Texas Rising Star program. The Texas Rising Star program is Texas's quality accreditation program for childcare. Texas Rising Star centers receive one-on-one coaching and professional development trainings for their teachers, as well as resources such as classroom curriculum and play structures for the children. These resources and trainings are all provided to enhance the quality of childcare and support growth in our children's physical, educational, and social and emotional development. When looking for childcare, we have the Texas Childcare Availability Portal. It makes finding childcare easy. It is in a mapped format. When using, you just enter a location and all licensed childcare centers in that area pop up on the map for you to easily see where they are, their contact information, their licensing information, and the space they have available for new children. Our program also works with other agencies and with Texas's 211 to stay informed of resources available to families within our areas to help spread the word of the great support, resources, and activities being offered in our communities. Our Child Care Services program also awards scholarships to eligible families to assist with the high cost of childcare tuition. To learn more about the Child Care Services program, visit our website at workforcesolutionsrca.com. Thank you.
And we're going to turn it over now to, before we get to Leslie, I just wanted to share with you some of the results of our last 2 years of the pandemic. So when the pandemic hit, of course, we had to go through everything and switch everything up so that we could provide virtual services. And so you'll see here that we did 170 virtual job fairs over the course of the last 2 years. And I don't have to read all these numbers. You can read them, but you can see significant outreach to the community as well. And then we have workforce development training that we've done, over 400 career workshops and customers engaged in a wide variety of training, as well as 5,300 plus children sponsored in high quality childcare and early learning programs. There are hundreds, over 300 childcare facilities, licensed facilities that we work with, and we pay most of or all of childcare for, as I said, 5,300 plus kids throughout the 9-county area. That is many tens of millions of dollars to help parents get through, especially in early career, help parents get childcare while they're trying to get themselves started off in a career. And since we're talking about workforce development, I want to turn it over now to Leslie Stearns. And Leslie is going to talk about how you can position yourself better to get this crazy good opportunity with Tesla. Leslie, take it away.
Thank you, Carl. I'm a talent development facilitator at Workforce Solutions. Along with my partner, Kelly Langley, we offer workshops. They're virtual. And so no matter where you are, you can attend our workshops. Everything from how to rock your LinkedIn profile, how to do salary negotiation. We can schedule mock interviews, but we're going to talk about how you can get your resume and your application and that interview ready for Tesla. And so, we realized that resumes are different today. There's a tool, of course, for you to get the interview. That's what that resume is all about. And in 2022, your chances of scoring an interview, you should use a 2-page resume. That's the standard now, the gold standard for professionals. And so Recruiters prefer, 77% of recruiters prefer a 2-page resume because it's seen as your marketing tool. You need to talk about your brand and your abilities and what you can bring to that specific job. So instead of, listing a list of duties that you've done in the past, you need to have these impact statements about your soft skills, your experiences. Recruiters want to learn about you. And your resume also needs to pass an applicant tracking system, that artificial intelligence that scans your application, your resume. And Tesla does use an ATS for all of their job applicants. So take advantage of our staff, come in and use our resources, but attend a workshop before you hit apply. Make sure you're in tip-top shape with that document so that you get called for an interview. We've got some more tips to share. Your social media presence. Tesla is going to look you up. All employers right now do. It's a very important part of your career piece. Social media, when hiring companies, they look at all of your social media platforms, and you want to make sure that you're putting your best foot forward about who you are. 74% of recruiters are highly active on social media. So look at your Twitter, your Facebook, your LinkedIn. Make sure that you're talking about you and your mark you can make. So what's that applicant tracking system? Well, it's that artificial intelligence that scans documents. And a lot of companies, software that's used by mid-size and larger companies, scan your documents, your resume. They're looking for those like words that align with what you're going to be doing with that new job. So 90% of Fortune 500 companies now use ATSs to screen all those job applicants that are looking for opportunities. Tesla does have their own built-in ATS, that tracking system. So your resume needs to align, and we can help you do that. So here's some recommendations. Follow the instructions very carefully on the application process. If you need to save your resume as a doc file, do so, or a PDF. Use that single column format for your resume. No fancy shading, bullets. Spell out any acronyms. And if you worked at Health and Human Services, instead of putting HHS, go ahead and say where you worked. Again, no graphics, borders, no page numbers. All of those things can choke an ATS and your application will get kicked out. So the best thing to you is use that job description. Your keywords are right there. Everything you'll need to do to craft that resume and even your qualifications section. So comparing that job description with your resume is vital. Highlight keywords and things the employer needs to see, and then incorporate that. Even use your job title that you're applying to in your qualifications section. So maybe production associate qualifications. And note the keywords. Add relevant skills about yourself in that qualification section. That first part of that resume is your ticket to the interview, and we can help you craft that. So here's a sample, and it's one for Tesla, for a production associate qualifications. The results-driven production associate with an outstanding work ethic that can ensure correct quality control of materials and end products produced by the company. Understand the importance of safety procedures and practices, and excel in working in a team environment. Pack products and shipping and delivery containers, and have the ability to perform repetitious duties, including stairs and standing for long periods of time. Now, this sample was written using that job description for production associate. So there, now that you've sent off that resume, you've got it in tip-top shape, and you've been contacted for an interview. We can help you with that as well. You want to take the interview and look at it from the employer's perspective. Why are they asking you the questions they're asking? What do they need to hear about you? You always want to reinforce your good work ethic, your assets, you're a team player, a good communicator, your enthusiasm about Tesla and the possibility of working there. And that'll help you build a rapport with everyone on the interview panel or just the interviewer. And practice makes perfect. You can schedule a mock interview with any of our staff members. We'll help you go over those interview questions and get you interview ready. Be sure to review the job description. Maybe make a list the employer might ask and practice your responses to those questions. And always have some success stories from your past examples or work history. This is maybe using a star response. When someone asks you, tell me a time when you, well, you'll need to describe a situation that you were in charge of and the tasks at hand and the actions you took to accomplish that best result. And if you practice these types of success stories, it'll decrease nervousness right before the interview and increase confidence. And interviewers will be impressed with your stories as well. It's also important to display confidence with your body language. You know, a good attitude and confidence are a key in the interview. And the interview starts the minute you either pick up that phone and answer that phone interview or click on to the Zoom when it's a virtual interview or you walk through the door. So a good posture, calm demeanor are always essential. And when you're meeting that hiring manager or whoever's going to be interviewing you or even over the phone, smile. It comes across. And in person, make good eye contact. Did you know smiling is super important, very important in an interview? 40% of interviewers say not having a smile is a good enough reason not to consider a candidate. So again, reach out to us and we'll help you get interview ready by scheduling a mock interview. And always have questions for the employer. You want to ask at least 3 questions to find out more about what hadn't already been discussed. Questions that you couldn't find online, the answers to. Use this opportunity to ask something about what you learned about the company, maybe what Tesla's best new project is. You know, ask a question to gain insight, and this will help you research and learn more about the company. Now, after the interview, got that done, send a thank you note, either an email or maybe even a LinkedIn connection, a connection to request. Make plans to follow up and keep your name fresh and prepare for that job offer and practice your salary negotiation. Know what you're worth, your education and skills and everything you gained from the interview, and wait for that phone call when they offer you the job. So here's 10 key points to remember. Have your resume focus on that specific job you're applying to. Customize it. Use a resume format that's easy to read and have those clear, concise statements about your abilities. Include that qualification summary right at the top using those key words, especially for that automated tracking system. Then you're going to get ready for that interview, practice your interview questions, have your success stories ready, questions for the interviewer. Then you'll be sending out your thank you notes in no time and getting ready for salary negotiation. Keep connected to us. We can help you through all of your stages. Through training, childcare, as Carl mentioned, all of the other services, vocational rehabilitation. We even have special services for veterans. At workforcesolutionsrca.com, that's who we are. And we also have a mobile app, so you can take a screenshot, stay connected to all the resources that are afforded to you, whether it's to access our job portal, Jobs Now. Check out our workshop calendar. You're actually going to get a workshop calendar so you can sign up for a resume workshop before you hit apply to Tesla. And you'll also see our upcoming hiring events. And as Carl mentioned, in our 9 counties, we have our resource rooms available to you. We are open and we have staff ready to assist you. We have computers, printers, accessible places for individuals in need, all the things that are vital in your job search. So reach out to us, learn more about our programs, come visit us. We're here to help you. Stay connected with us. We're seen on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, even our own website. So take advantage of what we can do for you, and because we're super excited about the possibilities with Tesla. Thank you. I'd now like to turn it over to Rachel Genzer. She is a business services consultant. She has some great information and insight into the company.
Hey everyone, I want to thank you again for attending this webinar today, and thanks for sticking with us. I know that you're excited to learn about what Tesla is offering, and we're excited to share this information with you. I want to start by sharing this quick video. It's about 8 minutes long, but this gives us a rare inside look into Tesla's Gigafactory in Nevada and gives you an opportunity to see what it's like to work in this incredible factory.
Rachel, we're having a little trouble getting this to launch here, so just give me a moment. My sense is that the video piece didn't come over, so we're going to fix that real quick.
Oh, you need to click that enable content, please.
And where is that?
At the top of the video where it says enable content. That yellow bar down.
I'm not seeing anything here. Oh, I see what you're talking about. Okay, I got you.
There you go, dear.
Thank you very much. Much appreciated.
I'm driving up to the Tesla Gigafactory right now, located outside of Reno, Nevada. It's huge. You can already see it from what feels like a mile away. It's that signature Tesla red that's outlining the top of the production facility. Let's go check it out. I'm getting rare access inside Tesla's Gigafactory. The name originates from the word giga, the unit of measurement representing billion. And as it suggests, the building is ginormous. Right now it's about 5.3 million square feet of operational space. Its current footprint is the equivalent to about 33 American football fields, and it's not finished yet either. Elon Musk, Tesla's co-founder and CEO, has referred to the Gigafactory as the machine that builds the machine, and it's all part of his master plan to make electric cars more affordable. It's planning to do that by mass producing its own batteries. Tesla says it currently produces more batteries in terms of kilowatt hour than all other car makers combined, making up about 60% of the world's lithium-ion batteries. As big as the building looks behind me, it only represents about 30% of the entire facility when it's fully built out. And it really does feel like we're in the wild here. You have wild horses over on my right. Even where I parked my car will eventually be more of the production facility. There's 7,000 employees working on site here. Things are really only just getting started. Once completed, Tesla's Gigafactory here is expected to be the largest building in the world by footprint. And while Tesla already has factories in California and New York, this is the first one that it's completely built from scratch. There are also plans to add gigafactories to Europe and China. At the start of the year, construction began on a third gigafactory in Shanghai. There's actually more spots for expectant mothers than just visitors. Tesla's Model 3, an electric sedan, is the company's first mass market vehicle. Yet production here at the Gigafactory has encountered delays and some quality issues, which means output has fallen below expectations. Being able to smooth things out here is seen as imperative for Tesla. Before I enter the production facility, I have to wear these safety glasses and these safety boots as well. This factory produces Model 3 electric motors and battery packs, along with Tesla's energy storage products Powerwall and Powerpack. Panasonic is Tesla's exclusive battery cell supplier for Model 3, and its plant is technically part of the Gigafactory. This is where I start my tour.
This is the area where Panasonic and Tesla meet. So all day long, these vehicles are delivering battery cells from Panasonic to Tesla, dropping them off, and then going back to Panasonic to pick up more. The entire process is completely automated. There's no human labor in this process.
Each Model 3 vehicle requires more than 4,000 battery cells, and after the battery cells are assembled into modules, the modules are then assembled into packs. The handoff between Panasonic and Tesla occurs through these. They're what's called automated guided vehicles.
It's the equivalent of a driverless forklift, if that makes sense.
Yeah, like an autonomous car, right?
It's like an autonomous car, but it's a forklift.
Chris Lister runs operations here.
In order to transition the world to sustainable energy, we really needed to build this big, build this boldly, and really build as many battery cells as we possibly could to really accelerate this transition.
The factory operates 24/7, and Chris tells me he's seen explosive growth in production output and new product innovation over the past year and a half. Tesla expanded its workforce by 30% in 2018, but it's also announced company-wide layoffs multiple times as well, as it struggles to rein in costs while expanding in a relatively new industry. But hiccups at the factory have caused significant production delays and even sparked some safety concerns.
We're very committed to safety. You'll see things like forklifts, and we saw auto-guided vehicles. For those that have never been in a factory environment before, it's important to understand, how to operate safely. And as we scale up, it's really important to think through with safety in mind.
Safety reminders are posted throughout the area. I even noticed this sign as I enter the site. So who are the people working here?
The adjectives I would use to describe the people here: passionate, scrappy, ambitious, very excited to change the world.
But I don't see as many people as I expected. Well, that's because automation is everywhere you look.
I don't see a lot of human labor in this part of the factory.
This area is actually about 90% automated. Now, not every part of the factory is that way, but the way we design the drive unit, as you can see behind us, very modular stations that we swap in and out where, we've got redundancies. We have different technologies that we employ here that make the drive unit final assembly very automatable.
Chris tells me the area we're in is 90% automated, but they've had to back off in other areas and add more humans back in.
It's easier to grab things like hoses out of midair and attach them together as a person looking at those, as opposed to trying to get a robot to do that.
He says automation makes sense in portions of the production that are highly repetitive with less variables overall.
Not everything has to be automated to make an optimal end-to-end manufacturing solution.
I take a break from my tour because, well, it's lunchtime.
Apparently today there is a big sale on merchandise for employees, so there is a line out the door of people waiting to buy things like hats, gloves, shirts. I don't think that I'm eligible for an employee discount though. So it's lunchtime at the Gigafactory. In addition to the food trucks outside, there's also this cafeteria here where you could get things like soups, salads, but I'm gonna get a burrito bowl. Thank you. So lunch cost me $9.68. Where do I go? Okay, thanks. This is a lot of soda options. It says the Gigafactory here, but there's a ton of options of Jones soda. It's almost like the Giga Jones soda counter.
After lunch, I head to the rooftop to see how the factory is building its solar panels, although it's only just started.
Tesla says that once completed, the Gigafactory will completely run off of renewable energy, not just solar, but wind too. And once the production is finally finished, this is expected to be the largest rooftop solar array in the world.
That means 200,000 tiles on this roof alone. It aims to be a net zero factory when finished. That means the total amount of energy used by the building will be about equal to the amount of renewable energy created on site. I end the day where all the different pieces of manufacturing come together.
You know those rides at the carnival you pay to like flip you?
Yes, probably some of the same principles designed into those.
This is the final area where the drive unit is assembled.
And what you see behind us is a high-speed crane system where we're able to get different variants down to this floor very, very quickly. This elevator system goes up and down 3 floors, and it's basically an automated warehouse.
Once the battery packs and motors are completed, they're brought to this area where they're then loaded onto these semi-trucks behind me and then transported to Fremont, California, which is about a 4-hour drive from here. And then from there, they're assembled into vehicles.
Every hour, trailers get dispatched to California. Chris tells me that they're taking the things they've learned here to use in the new Shanghai factory. In fact, they're aiming to make these operations the model for all future Gigafactories. Elon Musk says there could eventually be 10 to 12 Gigafactories around the world.
This Gigafactory is an exciting thing to be part of. And so many people have invested so much of their lives into making this successful. It is a very prideful thing. This is a great thing for the city of Reno. This is a great thing for the state of Nevada. This is a great thing for the world.
As I end my day taking a spin in the Model 3, I'm reminded of the reason why this entire operation exists in the first place. Elon Musk's ambitious plan for Tesla and its Gigafactories is beginning to take shape, but with plenty of construction and adjustments still ahead, the road to achieving that vision has just begun.
So as you can see, Tesla is an incredibly innovative company to work for, and we're excited to have them here in Texas to offer this opportunity to all of us in this area. So over the next year or so, Tesla is going to be hiring for a lot of positions, but currently their immediate need is focused on 2 specific positions. One is the production associate, and the other is the material handler. Here in just a minute, we're going to have our slides back up so I can give you some more, you can see more details on what each of these positions offers. For instance, the production associate, oh, here it's coming up right now. So yeah, like I said, the key positions that they're recruiting for right now is going to be the production associate and material handler. So as you can see, I encourage you to take a screenshot, get your camera out, take a photo of this slide right here. It gives you more detailed information on what exactly they're looking for. But I do want to emphasize that if you do not have experience as a production worker in a manufacturing facility, do not discount yourself, disqualify yourself. As you can see, there's no prior manufacturing experience required. Tesla is more concerned with who you are as a person, what your work ethic is, if you're ambitious, if you're ready to work for a company like this. As they said in the video, they want people who are ready to change the world. So also you can see down at the bottom, they do comprehensive background checks. Once again, I want to say, don't disqualify yourself. If there's something in your background, don't immediately brush it off. Go ahead and apply. I encourage you to reach out to our team, reach out to Leslie and her team. They specifically help work with people to give you interviewing techniques to overcome these barriers, to better explain gaps in your employment history, anything that might come up on your background checks, to give you the opportunity to explain who you are as a person now. Also, Leslie and her team can help you with that resume to get you past that software, that artificial intelligence that weeds through all the different resumes. They can help you take your work experience or what kind of personal skills you have and turn it into a resume to showcase what you can do for Tesla. The other position, like I mentioned before, is the material handler position. You can see there's a lot more involved in this one. Mainly physical abilities. You need to be able to lift and carry up to 35 pounds, being able to squat, bend, lift, reach. A lot of mobility is needed for this position. But again, I mean, this is a great company, so definitely take the chance. There's no prior experience needed, again, for this position. So utilize our team. Let us help you get your resumes together. Now, this is kind of the cool part. Tesla is offering some pretty incredible employee benefits. One thing that really stands out to me is that they offer 100% medical coverage. That means there's no payroll deductions to help to pay for your medical insurance. That starts for you and your benefits on day one. There's no 30 to 60-day waiting period. Immediately upon your hiring, the day you start work, you're going to get all of these benefits. This is incredible. This is something that's really unheard of in business today. So they definitely offer a lot of benefits. So here we go with the salary. Starting salary, I want to emphasize starting, is $18.50 an hour. But here again, you'll see the shifts. You work days, or you work nights, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. or 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. But keep in mind, that's only 4 days a week. You get 3 days a week off. Again, so it's 12-hour shifts, 4 days a week, and then you have 3 days off. Of course, you do need the flexibility. You need to be able to work nights or days. Holidays are going to be required. Weekends are going to be required. But again, 3 days a week off, plus that incredible employee benefit package is a really good opportunity. So here's what Tesla is doing. By invitation only, they're going to be doing the community hiring event. You'll see this link on the screen. We're also going to put that in the chat. That will also go out in an email to everyone who's registered for this event today. This link is exclusive to you. By registering for this event, you get priority applications. So by clicking this link, it's going to kind of bump you, get you ahead of the curve of a lot of other people. So once they review your resumes, they will send out invitations to attend this hiring event on Tuesday, February 8th. So again, that's coming up really soon. I really encourage you, reach out to our team. Let us help you get your resumes ready, and then go ahead and get ready to apply. Carl?
Hey, Rachel, thanks a lot. Great job. And, as you drive down 130, heading towards the airport, and you see that beautiful facility down there, if you time it out, it will take you a minute at 80 miles an hour to go from one end of that building to the other. And that's only the part that you can see from the road. It is one of the largest manufacturing facilities in the world. And you've got a unique inside track to getting an opportunity to work there for the second largest automotive manufacturing company in the world. Tesla's a great organization. We're very, very fortunate to have them here in Central Texas. And so take a look at that link. You can find it in the chat room as well. Chat is now open, and you can get additional information there. If you have any questions, then Brian has been diligently working in the background, answering questions in the Q&A portion. But if you have questions, put them in Q&A. Brian will reach back out to you. We have your email address. We'll get back to you and let you know on an individual basis. Please understand that we have had over 1,000 people registered for. There's hundreds and hundreds of people participating. And so give us just a little bit of time today to get that back out to you, and we'll get you on your way to a great new career with Tesla Motors. And so thanks so much for participating with this event today. We wish you all the best of success in your career, and good luck next week interviewing with Tesla. Thanks for joining us. We'll talk to you soon.